211 is a service where people can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with almost any concern or need that they have. And we will try to find resources out there in the community that can help them. There really isn't anyone else out there who does what we do. We have some researchers that do an amazing job of keeping connected with all of the resources that are out there, keeping it up to date.
It would be very detrimental to people who would spend their last dime on, a bus trip somewhere when something is closed or they don't qualify for the service. So we put a lot of effort into the quality of that database.
2 years ago, I was at Tri-Cities Upward Bound program, and a gentleman raised his hand. I said, "Oh, do you have a question?" And he goes, "This man saved my life." He had called on January 20th. He had lost his job. He had been in a domestic dispute with his significant other, and she had kicked him out of the house. He spent the night in a door frame. It was about -9 that night. The buses in Cuyahoga County were free that day. I told him to get on a bus and go to 7000 Euclid Avenue, where the VA has their homeless drop-in center. I told him, you need to get back into school to see if you can get a better job. 2 days before he graduated from Tri-Cities Upward Bound, he got a new job. On July 1st, he moved back into his own apartment.
211 informs the community and United Way about what people need, where there are gaps, where there's unmet needs. That information can then be used to make funding decisions and to help bring people together. And United Way is perfectly positioned to convene and to fund.
I was talking to a young lady one day, and she had initially called and said that she was looking for help with furniture. And I said, okay, well, I can help you with that. And I gave her some information on how to access some help with furniture. But then, I asked that next question, well, what's going on? So she said to me that over the weekend that her husband was arrested for domestic violence. He had been abusing her for many years. This was the last straw, and she needed to get out. And so she found a place, and she scraped up every last penny that she had for first month's rent and deposit for a new place for her and her child. After we're having this conversation, she started to really open up. And she told me, the reason that I stay with him is because I have diabetes and I'm insulin dependent. And even though I work, I can't get health insurance through my job, and my insurance is, I'm on his insurance. So the only way that I can access medication and health care is by staying married to him and using his insurance. And so I asked her a few more questions about, what her income was, and as it turned out, she was eligible for Medicaid, and she had no idea. So I gave her information on how to access that, and she started to cry and said, you just took away the only reason that I had to stay, and now I know that I can manage on my own. It moves me to know that I was able to help change this woman's life and get her in a safe place, that she was able to make that change after feeling trapped for so many years.
When somebody calls you up uncontrollably sobbing, and by the end of the call they have a plan, that makes such a difference.
And now that I do this, and my dad was a vet, he would be proud of what I'm doing.